example 1, actually the yellow sheet I gave you in addition to this blue sheet, solving equations for now. Use the distributive property to get rid of all parentheses. If you have an equation, that is the very first step of any equation. If there's parentheses, make them go away. Okay, parentheses cause people to mess up, so immediately, as soon as you see parentheses in an equation, make them go away. Distribute outside number times each inside number. You should be left with just an expression with a bunch of x's or not x's, like 2x minus 5 plus 4 equals 7x plus 2. No parentheses at all. Number 2, combine like terms on the left hand and right hand side of the equal sign individually. So if the equals is here, get this side simplified completely, get that side simplified completely. Add like terms on either side based on the signs that are there. So if you have 5 plus 2x minus 3, 5 minus 3 is 2. The plus 2x doesn't matter. All right, so you don't have to move things around or change signs to make that happen. The equal signs here, plus or minus based on signs, same deal on the other side. Number 3, move the variable term to one side, the constant terms to the other side. Change the signs of any terms that are switching sides. So if you have a 2x over here and you want it to go over here, it becomes negative 2x. If you have a minus 5 over here and you want it over there, it becomes a plus 5. Combine like terms again. You should be left with x's on one side, numbers on the other side. And then divide by the coefficient of the variable. Whatever number is in front of the letter, usually x, sometimes p or q or whatever letter it is, divide by that number. So 7q equals 10, divide both sides by 7, you get q equals 10 sevenths. All right. That is the most efficient way to do this. There'll be abilities to cut corners as you get better at it. But for now, I would recommend doing step 1 till step 1's done, step 2 till step 2 is done, and so on. Each step you go along, show your work, and demonstrate a good procedural technique to do these. So if you look at example 1, 2 parentheses 3 minus b is equal to b minus 5. The first step on the process I gave to you is distributive property if necessary. And you'll notice here that we have parentheses in the problem, so that'd be my first thing I'm going to deal with. If I wanted to, if this problem is in my book, I could go ahead and copy it down on my paper distributing, because that's not that hard to do. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times negative b is negative 2b. b minus 5, nothing happens to it. So as you modify the equation, make sure you bring everything else down with it. I've seen people do this and leave that up there, and then now they're working at 2 different levels on their paper. That's not a good plan. So even though I didn't do anything to b minus 5, bring it down. Step 2, combining the like terms. Okay, on the left and right hand side individually. So if you take a look at the left hand side, can I subtract 6 minus 2b? No, because that has a number, that has a letter. Same deal here, b minus 5, same situation. There's the right side of the equal sign, letter, number, subtraction is not legal. Next step, I want to move all my letter terms to one side, all my number terms to the other side. It doesn't matter which side I pick. I'm going to take my 2b to the right. I'm going to take my 5 to the left. What makes my decision for me in that step, as far as which side things go to, looking at the coefficients of b, I have positive 1 and negative 2. Negative 2 is smaller. I always move the smaller one for the letters. The numbers I don't care about, but the letters I like the smaller coefficient to move. So 1, negative 2, smaller, move the smaller. And if I combine like terms again, b plus 2b is 3b. Be cautious that there are numbers in front of letters. If there's no number there, it's understood to be a 1. 1 plus 2 makes it 3. Powers don't change when you're adding and subtracting. Addition's happening here because the signs are the same. Over here, 6 plus 5 is 11. Also addition because the signs are the same. In both cases, they're positive, so it's positive 11 comes out of that. And if 11 equals 3b, the final step of this process is divide both sides by the coefficient of the variable. Here's the variable, there's the coefficient of the variable. We're dividing by that number. And that's what my final answer is going to look like, 11 thirds. Leave your answer as an improper fraction. If you want to change the mixed number, that's fine. Do not give me decimal answers to these problems, please. I want either fractions or mixed numbers. Improper fractions, the first place you get to, I'd stop there personally, but if you really, really like mixed numbers, just make sure you write the correct mixed number and you'll be fine there too.